it as well. So this is another contest here at home that they can build upon, and then a lot more formidable folks start coming their direction.
Opening tip won by Iowa State. Your officials today: Roy Golbayan, Zach Brost, and Amy Cromenhook. As the starting five, as Iowa State already lights up the scoreboard from the outside. The same starting five they've had from game number one as they try to go to 7-0. A little pressure. Brown will finish.
Addie Brown really quick with a three, and then helping with the steal on that as well.
And for Mercyhurst, their fifth different starting lineup this season in as many games to begin the year.
And the first time in Division I as they're in the transition right now, Coach Mills-Reed is just trying everything she can right now to put the best five on the floor.
How about Lena Walls with the drive and finish, and Audie Crooks is down.
Yeah, and of course there's a big hush over Hilton Coliseum when Audie's going to go down, but a good drive by Lena Walls.
So the training staff out to go talk to Audie in the opening moments of this contest. And initially, down as, let's take a look at it again here. What exactly happened as Audie comes to her feet. Grab that right knee and is going to head back to the training room.
Yeah, at least at what's usually a good sign is getting up and getting off the floor under your own power. So that's a good start to maybe what people could think is very serious.
Lisa Williams, the 6'2" junior out of Denton, Texas, the transfer from LSU now into the contest for Crooks. We'll get you updated throughout this one. Here's Hare's three. Good from the corner for Kenzie Hare.
And you talked about some assists from Addie Brown a little bit earlier in the pregame right there. An extra pass for the three.
Cyclones maintain this pressure, and now a double dribble going to be called against Mercyhurst as Lauren Stover couldn't control the basketball.
Both teams, after made baskets right now, put on full court pressure. So you don't see that a lot, but you're going to see a lot of that today.
Cyclones will play it in again out on the floor. Jada Williams at the point, along with Hare, Williams, Brown, and Jackson. Her three, good for Jackson.
Great feat by Jackson, but a great pass again by Addie Brown. We've talked about that already. They found the open person against the zone.
That ball going to be kicked out. It will stay with Mercyhurst.
And right there's your extra pass, and great feat by Jada Williams, and a good find by Addie Brown.
Sophia Wilson, the freshman, into the contest. And how about this? Audie Crooks coming out of the locker room and out of the training table and to sit down on the bench. Maybe we'll see her again as another quick bucket there by Mercyhurst as Van Schaik able to get the basket.
Yeah, great move, great left, and as you see again with Mercyhurst coming all the way down that zone, trying to walk them back and maybe try to lessen some possessions here for the Cyclone basketball team.
That's the first miss of the day for Iowa State, but they get the offensive rebound. Brown, this corner pass to Jackson, and she'll be called for steps. So a developing story. Audie Crooks coming out, beginning moments of the game, left the game after grasping her right knee, went to the training room, now sitting on the bench, and is now going to check in at the scorer's table. Listen to the crowd here as they see Audie Crooks come back out.
It's a little bit of a Willis Reed type reception coming back into the garden.
There's Jackson, again will be called for a travel.
Mercyhurst playing that zone. They're going to try to front back Audie Crooks as they did right there. We didn't get a chance to see it right out of the gate, but we saw it there on that half-court possession. So we'll see how long that front back will work on Audie.
Reese Beatty, the freshman, now into the game for Jackson, the 5'8" freshman from Jamestown, Tennessee. Coming off of a couple of solid performances off the bench so far this season. Mercyhurst will push it into the front court. That three off the mark for Fusetti. And will control the basketball after the offensive board by Walls. This three, good, knocked down by Sophia Wilson.
Yeah, great job there by Sophia, but set up from the offensive rebound by Mercyhurst.
Now a foul here on the Lakers. That goes against Erica Hall, her first.
Yeah, good find right there. And again, Mercyhurst being really active on the offensive glass, trying to garner any way they can some extra offensive possessions against the Cyclone team.
Jada Williams at the point to Beatty. They go to Crooks at the high post. Iowa State trying to stretch out. And a travel will be called on Beatty. So Iowa State having some trouble trying to go from the transition of the catch to the dribble.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think she may have stepped out of bounds on that one, but it's happened twice now on the reversal pass as the Cyclones are really moving the basketball, but the sideline is coming to play.
Walls guarded by Brown. Now the 3-ball by Hall. Left it long, rebound tapped out. It's on the deck. Williams after it and is going to be called for the foul.
That great hustle, Jada Williams, just sometimes if you're the one who's over hustling the person on the ground can get that foul, as we're going to see right here.
Just no regard.
No.
Jada Williams is hitting the deck.
None. Which is great. It's what Coach Fennelly loves about her, right?
Certainly does.
Coach Mills Reed and Mercyhurst talked about getting into the half court, changing sides of the basketball, getting a lot of pop on their passes, and leading into a shot just like that. I mean, here we go, Sophia Wilson with, I believe, her second one of the game.
Yeah, the 5'6" freshman out of Bethlehem, PA. And Crooks with her first basket.
Yeah, but you have to get back in transition. On those made baskets, it should give you a little bit extra time to get back, but they didn't get back on that one.
So Mercyhurst hitting a few threes. How about another one that's cranked up at the top? Knocked down by Lena Walls. She's got 5.
Yeah, the lefty now has a couple of them.
Tied up at 13. Hare to Brown, and it will be knocked away. Good defense that time by Van Schaik. Out into the front court, Fusetti, the 3, in and out as Brown rips down the board.
Yeah, but great in and out, great in and out by Lena Walls on that for that pass, trying to get to the paint and open up shooters.
And an offensive player control foul going to be called on Iowa State. This goes against Audie Crooks as she was trying to set a screen.
Just dribbled into it. Addie Brown didn't quite get out to that one, but a really good looking shot by Lena Walls. We can tell why she's their first scorer in every game they play and has been the leading scorer.
Sydney Harris now into the game, the 6'1" senior out of Edwardsville, Indiana. Playing for Iowa State as they go with Williams. Harris, who nearly came up with a steal. Williams will get it. Hare, Brown, and Crooks. They go to Brown. What a feed and what a finish. Addie Brown now with 7.
Yeah, if you're going to go zone, you're going to have backside help, or they'll be able to throw it over the top to Addie Brown and Audie Crooks a lot today.
Here's Hall. Cyclone sticking to the man-to-man defense, looking to spin in. Wilson high off the glass for 2.
Sophia Wilson coming in, great upside, wasn't committed anywhere. You know, Coach Mills Reed came in late and got to get this head coach position. She went right after, was one of her first recruits that she went right after.
Harris's 3. That's off the mark, and the rebound will come down to Fusetti. Here comes Mercyhurst, wearing the green and white with black trim numbers. Looking to drive it in. Van Schaik, the reverse. Wow, what a finish. And Mercyhurst has a lead here at 17-15.
Yeah, showing no fear against the number 12 Cyclones right now.
Here's Brown on the block. Too strong. Crooks' putback is there, and we'll have an and one opportunity. That'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. 4:26 to play in the opening quarter, and Mercyhurst trying to pull off a stunner.
As a Division I head coach, so right back to home. She comes back and sees the same place, loves what she knows about it. It hasn't changed, so she's a great fit at Mercyhurst because sometimes that Division I transition can be a long one, but they're showing no fear today against the Cyclones.
really enjoyed our conversation with her. Really dove into her family. In fact, her husband was a athletic Iowa State for some time, and they have some deep ties. Games Iowa and Iowa in general, and they've got a crowd here that's rocking them.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And was on the sideline at the Cyclone football game yesterday, but Coach Mills-Reed did say that they would be in the green Mercyhurst Laker gear today.
So Iowa State with that 1-point advantage after that free throw by Crooks, replaced by Lisa Williams, and going to be fouled here is Elisa. And there's her husband, Blake. Of course, has the kids all around him. Enjoying their time in Ames after watching Iowa State yesterday. Best Kansas in football.
Yeah, I'm not sure with all those kids and all the games I just saw how much of the basketball game he is going to see today.
Yeah, I mean.
We've all been there as parents.
Here's Beatty in the lane. Can't get the jumper to fall. And that rebound going to be tipped out. Checking into the game, Evangelia Polk, the junior from Asheville, North Carolina, who transferred from Wolford. And what a defensive presence she has been. In fact, was the Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year and Player of the Year in the SoCon last year.
And a great pass right there.
Williams able to finish it off, her first bucket of the game, and Iowa State takes a 3-point advantage.
And maybe a better catch, you know, from Jackson on that one. Excuse me. Yeah, from Williams on that one.
Looking to bring it in. Julia Lewis onto the court for the first time for Mercyhurst. Also, Amani Frazier, who got caught up in the paint. That ball going to be deflected out. Last touch by Iowa State. 4.1 here on the shot clock.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Mills-Reed draws up. They're going to have to get a quick one up here.
Cyclones right back to their bench. Brown and Crooks into the contest. As the Lakers will look to put it in play with Sophia Wilson, who's having a game of games already. Let's see what the call is as Roy Gobayan and Zach Bross talk it over. It was 4.1 on the shot clock. And maybe got started a little prematurely. Yeah, we're going to redo it here. Yep. A mulligan, if you will.
Yep, there we go.
It's a nice day in Ames, Iowa, thinking of the golf course.
There's going to be some mulligans today in Ames.
No question. Here's Van Schaik's shot. Not there. Brown with the board. Looking to go into Crooks. Well defended on the play by Frazier. Here's Beatty on the drive and finish.
Yeah, and a great lift. When Addie Brown looked at Audie Crooks, there wasn't the one person was Gardner, but then there were two running at her. So they were going to triple team Audie on that catch if she would have thrown that in.
Iowa State shooting a sizzling 69%, but Mercyhurst right at 50% from the field. Wilson with the crossover, looks to spin back. 8 on the shot clock. They'll kick it around. Wilson for 3. That one wide of the mark. And Crooks had the rebound and is going to be fouled by Frazier.
Yeah, good extra pass. Mercyhurst, great way to contest that shot. Addie Brown flying out there. There we saw the contest and just a little wide right and then a foul coming back at it.
Sophia Wilson already with a couple of threes in the game, leading the Lakers with 8. Cyclones paced by 7 from Addie Brown.
Well, 17-17 at the media timeout. Now 5-0 run by Iowa State, trying to extend it here from the line. As you see, they've made shots a little bit harder and drives a little bit harder on Mercyhurst since the timeout.
That was the 5th team foul. Crooks came into this game shooting right at 73% from the free throw line. And that one in and out. Still a 5-point advantage for the Cyclones. What a crossover by Van Schaik, just could not get free. Great recovery by Jackson, and Wilson had trouble handling that pass.
Yeah, good misdirection there by Mercyhurst for the jump shot. Just couldn't quite get one off.
Shot clock winding down. Wilson will go to work on Beatty. Gets her pocket picked down on the crown, and here's Frazier. Blocked by Crooks. And I'm wondering if there should have been a shot clock violation. Somehow the shot clock reset itself.
That's what it's going to look like. I think they reset it because they thought it hit the rim, but it's just stripped. I think they thought it was a change of possession, but I believe it never was.
So they're going to go to the monitor here and take a look.
The previous. Hello? Hello?
As I think Roy is trying to get on the PA.
Hello?
There we go.
The previous shot clock window is under review.
So they're going to take a look at it. 22-17.
I think the shot clock operator thought there was a change of possession because right there it went, and I don't believe there was. So there's probably going to be shot clock violation when they come out of this.
Well, we've seen everything here so far, right?
So far.
Audie Crooks at the beginning of the game goes out of like less than a minute into the contest with an injury, goes back to the trainer's room, is back out and playing. And then you've got Mercyhurst, who's having a career performance out of Sophia Wilson so far. She has 8 and really guided this team, and Alina Walls has really shown up in a strong way.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And both teams are just pressing after made baskets. So, of course, it's 22-17 without our share of makes here in the first quarter. So it's just been, I don't want to say helter-skelter, but they've really gotten after each other here for the first 8 minutes or so of this game so far. It's been very entertaining and upbeat.
In her young career for Wilson, this 8 already into the contest is a career high for her. She had 6 previously against Cornell and an earlier opponent too as well. So now we're going to get this all sorted out.
Yeah, you know, but going back to Sophie Wilson, she was a late addition, or actually one of the earlier ones that Coach Wilson wanted.
The shot clock was erroneously reset. It is a shot clock violation. Game clock will be reset to 1:58.
Erroneously.
I'll let you explain that one to the crowd.
I think we're going to look up and down that bench. It might have been you. Were you running the shot clock?
It wasn't me because I don't know anything about erroneously. But dead ball. Here comes Mercyhurst again. So we'll see how Iowa State handles this.
You know, I got to give it to the fans here at Hilton Coliseum. A lot better than those fans at a middle school basketball game if you're a parent running a clock.
Yeah, because, and you can hear everything at those games as well.
Yes, that's true.
I have been that parent running the clock.
Here's Brown on the drive. Can't get it to go. Crooks had it for a moment. Brown swatted away. They go right back to Crooks, who just is going to be called for the shove, as hitting the deck hard that time was Julia Lewis.
Yeah, and I
beg your pardon, Alina Walls.
I'm wondering if we lead with elbow here instead of a basketball play. Yeah, kind of a wild left elbow on that one.
The previous play is under review for a possible upgrade.
And they're going to see if this was intentional or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't believe it's intentional, but I do believe it's maybe not a basketball play. I'm not sure Hilton Coliseum will agree with that right now.
Well, now we might hear from the fans.
Yes.
Let's take a look here again. What do you think at home? Watch the left elbow of Audie.
You can keep the elbow vertical. When you go horizontal, that's when the possible upgrade comes into play. That looks horizontal. That doesn't mean it's intentional. There's a difference.
And Walls is okay. As I mean, that would be for Audie trying to explain it to the coaching staff, and there is a little bit of I don't know if it's a tear or something on Audie's left elbow there.
Well, I know there was contact because Audie's been messing with that left elbow ever since the play happened, so I do think that there was some contact.
Yeah. Checking there for Walls' teeth if there's anything.
Yeah, there may be some over there somewhere on the baseline.
Upon review, the contact by Audie is unnecessary. The play has been upgraded to a flagrant 1. It'll be 2 free throws plus the ball with new 30.
I will say this. You know you've reached a position of respect when an official calls you in the whole arena by your first name.
Right.
They said the play by Audie. Yeah, it wasn't intentional. I think Coach Fenley thinks she was fouled before the intentional. Or not before the intentional, but before the upgrade.
Alina Fusetti at the free throw line, able to make the first one. Has not missed this season. And we'll get the second one. It's on the way and good. And now I think this place, Hilton Coliseum, and it's a very special place for basketball, is going to be, no doubt, in mid-season form the rest of the way.
Yes, it will.
Looking to bring it in as Van Schaik gets tangled up with by Williams, and it will be tied up. Possession arrow will keep it with Mercyhurst.
Yeah, good drive, but then just a bunch of aggression going after that loose ball on the floor.
Gabby Sweeney, a redshirt freshman out of East Fishkill, New Jersey, into the contest. Number 13 for Mercyhurst. As that shot off the mark for Wilson. Just hasn't been the same since knocking down her first two. Here's Hare. Going to be fouled on the baseline by Walls.
Yeah, a really good in out there by Kenzie Hare to drive to the basket, then to get fouled.
And for Alina Walls, that'll be her second. And Hare able to knock down the first one.
Yeah, averaging 7 points. You know that she's looking to score. She averaged 14, 2, and 2 at Marquette a couple years ago. So she's looking to drive that ball downhill, and she did a great job there of drawing the foul, trying to get to the rim.
And now coming back into the contest is Julia Lewis for Mercyhurst. So it's Lewis, Van Schaik, Fusetti, Sweeney, and Wilson for Mercyhurst. For Iowa State, Williams, Polk, Williams, Hare, and Brown. Looking to stretch to the floor, Fusetti with the kick out to the corner. Van Schaik in the paint. Gets it to go.
Yeah, good play. I'll tell you what, Mercyhurst really playing 5 out, trying to get Iowa State's bigs out of that lane to guard on the perimeter so there's more driving lanes to be able to get to the paint.
Williams,
to score yourself or for a kick out.
Williams' shot not there. Impressed. They're 0-4 coming into this contest as Mercyhurst. They've had leads going into the fourth quarter, just haven't been able to finish. And they're giving Iowa State everything here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, usually when you play teams like Iowa State and your Mercyhurst, it takes a little bit of time to get used to the size and strength and athleticism. They have not had a difficulty with that today.
Van Schaik with the entry pass. Mercyhurst to work with Wilson. The kick out to the corner. That three, good! Knocked down by Fusetti.
Another draw kick 3 by Mercyhurst, trying to get the bigs outside of the paint to see if they can come out and guard that.
And a whistle away from the ball. This is going to be going against Gabby Sweeney, the redshirt freshman, so this will put Williams at the line to shoot free throws. Tied up at 24. Iowa State has not hit a shot from the field in the last 2:52. And Williams able to knock down the first free throw here. Right at 90% on the season from the line. And she has 4 in the contest to Iowa State by 2.
We see that Iowa State has dropped off. They were pressure, never made basket. Now they come back just trying to play this in half court.
And that'll be the end of the opening quarter. But what a quarter here for Mercyhurst, a heavy underdog coming into this one. It's a 2-point.
We've seen with people all over the floor. We've seen 7 threes, now 8 threes already, just barely into the second quarter. So we've seen a barrage of those. So we've seen a little bit of everything in this game so far.
See, Audie Crooks out on the floor along with Williams, Jackson, who just hit that 3, Beatty, and Brown. And for Mercyhurst, it's Van Schaik, Fusetti, Sweeney, Wilson, and Hall. Here's a three. In and out for Hall. And the rebound to Williams, who will be reached in upon by Fusetti. And that'll be the first personal against Mercyhurst here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Mercyhurst, again, just trying to go 5 out. You have Hall that is now a shot out 3 with Adi Crooks guarding her. You've had Gabby Sweeney making a 3, a big, stretching out the bigs from Iowa State. So they're trying to go 5 out to open up the paint and to also get those bigs away from the basket.
Brown to Crooks. Can't finish it, but will go to the line to shoot 2. As Audie this time kept her hands high.
Yes, gathered, kept it up, went right to the rim, got fouled, and that can happen a lot if you just keep it in that order.
The foul on Sweeney, that'll be her second. As Crooks knocks down the free throw here. Audie, 73 games in double figures, 73 straight games. And now with 7 to tie Brown as the leading scorer for Iowa State. Again, just getting the second quarter underway with the coach, Darren Hansen, on B.J. Shaban, as it's been back and forth a little bit here in the early goings. Mercyhurst fell down early, able to have a lead. It's been tied a couple of times. Right now, Iowa State with their largest lead here at 7. Sweeney in the paint. Can't get it to fall. Brown with the board. And a foul going to be called on Sweeney, who will pick up her 3rd.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Mills Reed wants to do right now. And, of course, she's going to – nope, as of right now, she's standing because she does stretch the floor against these Iowa State bigs.
So coming into the game for the first time, Cece Hernandez, the 5'6" sophomore out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, had started a game already this season. She is the 10th player off the bench for the Lakers. Williams will go to work to Crooks. What a feed, what a catch, what a finish.
Yeah, just kind of waiting, and just kind of waiting as Audie just kind of tried to get somebody up the floor so they could throw it over the top.
Jada Williams with 4 assists so far. Remaining in the game with those 3 fouls is Sweeney. Crooks gets the rebound. And here come the Cyclones. Big skip pass to Jackson. Quickly covered up. High-low. Brown and 1.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. A lot of times you see Addie going down to Audie. Here, exactly the opposite. A great pass, a great steal, a great catch, and a great finish.
And a timeout going to be taken here by Mercyhurst. 8:01 to play. Iowa State starting to gain, over 92 per game.
Yeah, and second in the country in assists, because you can really tell Iowa State, they pop the basketball, they get it from side to side, they get it inside out. And when you do that and you get that defense to shift, well, it just opens up Addie Brown, Audie Crooks in that middle third of the floor that they can just go top down a lot. So we'll be looking to see a lot more of that today.
This jumper knocked down. That's a 2 for Erica Hall.
Yeah.
Addie Brown in double figures. You mentioned her name.
Yeah, and again, trying to drag those bigs outside, but they go right back to Audie Crooks on the other end in transition, but they're trying to drag Audie and Addie away from that paint and away from that rim.
12-point advantage. Cyclones with their starting 5 out on the floor. Along with Beatty, I beg your pardon. Beatty in for Hare. And for Mercyhurst, it's Hernandez, Fusetti, Wilson, Stover, and Hall. Looking to work with the ball is Stover. Shot clock winding down, and it will be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, and Iowa State, that possession has really ramped up, starting to take away some passes, maybe looking to jump a passing lane. Mercyhurst right there threw it away to somebody that wasn't there. So that has definitely been an uptick since the starting few minutes of this basketball game.
Almost 3 minutes into the second quarter. Jada Williams doesn't have a point, but has 4 assists, but her defensive tenacity has not had any let up.
No, and just on the ball, she's really good.
I don't know if that was a shot or not by Beatty, but Iowa State will end up with it. Now Reese will get the rebound. Here's Williams for 3. And this will be knocked out. Last touch by Mercyhurst. And Jackson a little slow to get up.
I thought the third time was going to be a charm, but guess what? They're going to get a fourth.
Here's Brown at the high post to the corner to Williams, and we're going to see I believe a foul here at the top of the key. Yes, against Lena Walls, who will pick up her third. And Shannon Heine will come into the game for the first time. So this is the 11th Laker to enter. Iowa State also to their bench as Hare and Harris will come back in for Jackson and Beatty. Addie Brown to the line again. Shooting better than 75% from the line this season. Coach, she's on the Naismith Trophy watch list along with Audie Crooks.
Yeah, and as she should be. I know she probably doesn't get all the accolades that Audie does, but if it wasn't for Audie Crooks, you'd be hearing a lot more about Addie Brown, and you already hear a lot.
Jada Williams wanting that one to get reviewed. The official saying that she was across the line, and Jada said no. It's a great, interesting conversation between Williams and Amy Cromenhoek. We can review it at home.
Sure.
You see? I think Jada was in the right there.
May have been.
Not reviewable is what we're being told. And now a foul going to be called on Iowa State for the reach-in. Williams will pick up her second.
Yeah, she grabbed it. Yeah, I believe, yeah, then Jada kind of came in and got her on the arm and got Sophia to drop back a little bit. I'm sorry, Jenna.
So Reese Beatty back into the game. Lakers look to reverse it. Here's Heine for three. Left something to be desired, but it comes to her teammate. Shot clock still rolling. Van Schaik lost it in traffic. Here's Beatty, and an offensive foul going to be called on Beatty. Slight shove with the left hand.
Could be a little 50-50.
Yeah.
The official side, it was 51-49, and for Mercyhurst. Yeah, the officials, after a play like that, you want to get the ball inbounded as fast as you can to try to take a little bit of the shock of that play out of the fans.
Sophia Wilson will go to work again. And Beatty with the steal up top. There's the freshman to the rack. She's got four.
Yeah, and a great steal and then a great full court layup.
Mercyhurst just trying to gain control of the ball. They finally get a shot off. They've turned it over on 3 straight trips, and the rebound to Addie Brown. Here's Beatty. The kick out to the corner to Hare. Good athletic move by Hare as it goes to Crooks. She can't get it to follow, but gets her follow-up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the very first catch was a great catch. I'm not saying the pass was pinpointed perfectly, but she got one hand on it, gathered, put it up, and then went right back and got it to put it in.
74 straight games for Audie Crooks in double figures. 5 of 6 from the field today for Audie. And an and one back on this side. Jenna Van Schaik.
Well, another high arcer off the glass. Here it comes. A great rip and go. Right-handed finish on the left side, which isn't the easiest thing to do. But high off the glass. Mercyhurst's second leading scorer. And what Coach Mills Reed has been talking to us about is we need to find a third scorer. We know that Lena Walsh is going to lead us most nights. We know that Jenna Van Schaik's going to do what she's doing, and she just showed it there. Who is going to be their consistent third scorer is what they're still trying to find out in this first year of this Division I transitional program.
Van Schaik, a preseason All-NEC team member. At the line now is the 5'7" senior from Cincinnati. As she converts on the three-point play, she now has 7. Make it 8.
And right back to this 2-2-1.
Beatty on the drive. Can't get it to fall, but is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good job by Beatty on that one. Mercyhurst, what you can't do is let a team dribble through your press all the way to the rim. You have to stop it, make them throw it back, so it's an assertive pass, and it doesn't put pressure on the rim. But that dribble all the way there ends up in a basket or a foul or both.
And Hall will pick up her 3rd. There is some Lakers in some foul trouble as Beatty knocks down the free throw. In fact, you've got Walls with 3, Hall now with 3, and Sweeney with 3 fouls. And we're just in the first half here with 4:49 to play, as Beatty's next free throw is not there.
Yeah, the 2-2-1 is intended to slow the ball down, slow the game down, make less possessions as opposed to getting it to the rim for scoring with the clock stopped.
Hall puts it on the deck.
Good job, Ida Crooks, playing out on the perimeter there.
Wilson, left hand, no. Rebound and contact as Fusetti trying to go with the putback, fouled by Harris.
Yeah, Cyclones couldn't quite come up with it. Fusetti, great job running in from the three-point line, getting it up to the rim, getting fouled. Coach said she is one of our sparks off of the bench, and she has been that today.
Frazier back into the game, but you saw her. So to the line with Fusetti. Able to knock down that free throw coming off a game in which she scored 5 against Youngstown State. And Fusetti able to knock down that free throw. Here's Harris's 3. Good.
Well, against the zone press the last time, you had Beatty going all the way to the rim. This time, finding Sydney Harris on the other side of the floor for a 3.
Fusetti just gave up the ball, has 4 all from the line today. Looking to drive is Van Schijk. And stepping on the end line, Lewis, as it'll be turned over. Great defense there by Reagan Wilson. Just getting some time here in the first half is the 5'8" sophomore out of Noblesville, Indiana. So Ariana Jackson back out on the floor. So you've got Jackson, Beatty, Crooks, Wilson, and Harris for Iowa State. Cyclones stretch the court. Jackson has it knocked away. And up with it to the rack, Van Schijk.
Good hands, Mercyhurst on that 2-3 zone. Now they're trying to drop back in that 2-2-1 again. Trying to get back to that 2-3 and limit some possessions the most they can. And to help them in foul trouble. They need less possessions now because of some of the foul trouble they're in.
Harris on the drive will be fouled and will go to the line. So Frazier will pick up the foul here. Nothing going to be easy today in the paint. And so Sydney Harris to the line. Able to hit the first one.
And talking about, Mercyhurst and the new Division I transition, of course, Amani Frazier tried to go get that block as one of 5 freshmen, true freshmen on this basketball team. Only 2 seniors and 3 upperclassmen. She's one of the 5 true freshmen. So one of the first day kind of people that they're looking to build upon here in this program.
Audie Crooks will check out. Williams back in. Sydney Harris is getting so close to hitting 1,000 points for her career. Now 27 away from that mark. And we have a foul on the shot as Jackson hits the deck. Actually, that ball was just out of bounds. Coach.
Yeah, just a contested shot.
Yeah.
But I was going to wait for a second to be sure.
Yeah. the box out has been in play today.
Yes, it had. The box out, the dive on the floor, everything has been in play today.
That foul going to be called on Sophia Wilson. And that'll be her second. So Iowa State in the bonus here. To the line with Reese Beatty. Beatty now with 6. Able to connect on both, so Audie Crooks will come back out onto the floor. Williams will check out. About 3 minutes to play here in the opening half. Iowa State really taking command of this game in the second quarter. Jump shot, left short. Wilson will get the board. In fact, Iowa State led it 26-24 after the opening quarter. Here's a deep three. Good by Wilson.
Great feet and a really good find. I believe it was Reese Beatty. I believe it was a really good find and then a great feet on that three.
So to work go the Lakers. Iowa State on a 7-0 run. They've hit their last 3 shots from the field as this one will be tipped away. It'll stay with Mercyhurst with 9 on the shot clock. And Williams will come back in for Crooks. Well, Bill Fennelly said this is a very important month leading up to Big 12 conference play for his team. Of course, they've got some huge matchups coming up over the Thanksgiving Day break. As this one's stolen away, Beatty into the front court. Still on the dribble, and will finish with the left hand.
Really a good hesitation, and then one more hard move to the basket. Great play there by Reese. But let's look before that all happened. Reagan Wilson with the second straight strong defensive play on this end.
Sophomore really trying to earn her time. Does this pass get a little too hard? Last touch by Mercyhurst. The Cyclones opening up a 23-point lead. Coach, the shots have fallen for Iowa State, but the defensive intensity has really been elevated here in the second quarter.
That's really been elevated for sure. They're taking away a lot more passes, and that ball hit every part of the rim, but going in down on this end. But they're starting to take away passes. They're starting to take away cuts. But when you think about it, Gabby Sweeney now from Mercyhurst out of the game. Erica Hall isn't playing quite as much right now, I believe, also in foul trouble. And it's not pulling the big sway from the basket, and it's clogging up that paint that Mercyhurst was finding earlier.
Wilson, who had the hot hand early on in the game, has since cooled off. As Frazier will eye the defense here. Van Schaik gets it blocked away by Williams. And the foul trouble has also hurt the Lakers too as well. 3 players on the bench, including their star Lena Walls.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But Lisa Williams, really good play right there. Stayed down, waited for the shot before she went up and blocked that, so she wouldn't foul. Really good play there.
Looking to drive and going to be called for the travel is Lewis. Beatty will look to inbound. Trying to work it against the pressure. Beatty into the front court. Here's Jackson. The kick out. Wilson's 3. In and out. It was almost down. As Mercyhurst.
I thought they were going to go quick there to go 2 for 1, but they pulled it back out. They'll go 1 for 1 here before the half.
Wilson. Sophia able to get the ball away. Here's Frazier with 5 on the shot clock, and will be called for the offensive foul A little left-hand clearance.
Yep.
On her way along the baseline. Player control foul, so it'll be a turnover. And with 12 to go on the shot clock, what a screen by Williams and Beatty. Can she finish? No. As Van Schaik did not see that wall. Watch it. Whew.
And she didn't lean into that at all. I wasn't for sure because I saw the end of that, but that's a big body to run into. But that's somebody defensively not talking to your teammates. So they'll probably have a talking to in the locker room. You have to let me know that screen is coming.
A little communication.
Yes.
Radio was busted or something.
Yes, something. It goes a long ways.
Oh. And Williams.
That hurt me from here.
As Beatty knocks down the free throw, she's been living there here so far in the first half. Beatty 4 of 5 from the line, now in double figures with 10. Audie Crooks leading the way for Iowa State with 13 as Beatty connects on both. In fact, 3 Cyclones in double figures. Crooks, Brown, and Beatty. Inside the paint, Van Schaik can't get it to go at the horn, and that'll be the end of the first half. Iowa State puts up 50.
We want to be feisty on the defensive end. That's how we want to play, and that's what they did in the first half.
Mercyhurst just shot 25% in that second quarter.
Yep.
Iowa State was right at 65.
Yeah, which is very indicative of how hard and how aggressive Iowa State became defensively, and we're right there on that poke away on the entry pass.
Ball knocked away. Iowa State with their starting 5 onto the floor with Jackson, Williams, Hare, Brown, and Crooks. As players hit the deck, and a little slow to get up as Hall. And Erica up appears to be okay for Mercyhurst.
Well, we're 23 seconds in or so, and we're seeing exactly what we saw in the first half. Loose balls, people on the floor, bodies flying everywhere. So both teams really playing hard. Even though it's 58-33, it's been an entertaining basketball game from that standpoint.
Walls, Van Schaik, Fusetti, Stover, and Hall out on the floor here for the Lakers. Williams for 3. Can't get it to fall. Brown with the board. Addy to Williams again. Can't get this one either. And the rebound to Hare. The offensive glass owned by Iowa State from the second quarter on, and now Jackson will be reached in upon by Fusetti. And for Fusetti, I think that's going to be her 4th. It is. Wow.
Yep, and I'm not sure they're going to get to the bench quick enough before that ball got put into play. So Coach Mills-Reed understood that, yeah.
Williams trying to drive it, and the official gave the flop call as Hare's 3. Good! Kenzie Hare with the defender in her face.
Good extra pass, Iowa State, and then Kenzie, great feet out there stepping into that 3.
She's got 8. The answer on this end, not there. And the rebound goes to Williams.
Yeah, Audie Crooks, good contest to that shot.
Here's Crooks, down low, left hand, gets it to go through. Second half, Audie Crooks did not have any type of bandage on her right knee in the first half. Second half, since they went into the locker room, she's got some type of bandage on it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to try to take away some pain or something, though. We'll keep an eye on that as this half continues.
If you're joining us late, big hush came out over the crowd, and rightfully so, as Audie went down in the first half, grabbing that right knee. Did return and has been a factor in this contest. 15 points and 3 rebounds so far, as this time Williams is able to knock down the bucket.
Yep, and that's what's going to happen. If you're going to have to put 2 and sometimes 3 on Audie Crooks, that's just going to open up the outside, and Iowa State finds that person.
That's going to be deflected away. Cyclones with 16 assists on 21 makes. They've been averaging just over 24 per game.
That tough drive, but just knocked out of bounds. Mercyhurst ball underneath.
And now Zach Brost talking with the Mercyhurst bench and head coach Aaron Mills-Reed, getting clarification. This will be deflected out. Last touch by the Lakers. So a 33-point lead for Iowa State. They've been able to double up Mercyhurst. As Williams will enter it to Crooks. Can't get it, but going to the line is Audie Crooks.
As Iowa State will spread you out, that will continue to get tougher and tougher and tougher for Mercyhurst to guard.
Cyclones have outscored Mercyhurst since it was tied up at 24, 42-9.
Yeah, defense picked up, and then their offense just came right along with it.
Audie now with 16. Make it 17 as she knocks down the free throw.
Gabby Sweeney coming in the game to try to stretch out that offense for Mercyhurst to try to get, whether it's Addie or Audie Brooks, so just away from the paint so they have more room to drive for finishes and drive for some kick threes.
Van Schaik on the wing. Hands it off to Wilson. Caught up as she picked up her dribble. Here's Wilson trying to go in the paint. The right hand too strong on the shot. Williams with the board. Jada going to be bodied up top. That foul will be on Julia Lewis. And that'll be her first. Look at the fouls so far today. Cyclones, Bill Fennelly coach team would pride itself on not fouling. In a very physical affair today, Iowa State was 7 so far as this three is knocked down by Williams.
Yeah, very physical affair. Mercer, yeah, I'm sorry, but Mercer's trying to play zone, trying to slow things down, but Iowa State again moving the basketball very well, finding an open shooter. So Coach Mills Reed calling that timeout right now, seeing what's next.
And a timeout going to be taken here. Iowa State leads at 71-30.
Guard her. They're going to guard her versus in a zone. They're going to double her. Sometimes it's been 3 on her, so they've done so many things against her. But Iowa State, Coach Fennelly, veteran coach, they find ways to get her the basketball no matter what the situation is defensively.
Looking to bring it in, and a foul will be called. Audie Crooks will pick up the foul, as that'll be her third. So to the line with Gabby Sweeney. And that's the first point of the third quarter here for the Lakers.
Yeah, Iowa State definitely started out this half the way they wanted to, because they didn't have a great start to the game. They wanted to make sure they come out and just reassert themselves like they did in the second quarter.
Williams tries to push it ahead to Crooks. Good deflection, though, by Sweeney. Van Schaik. And the Lakers trying to make Iowa State work defensively to get that open shot. And there it is, and there's the finish.
Yeah, and those things we talked about. What can Mercyhurst do to drag Audie, drag Jen away from the rim? So one thing that Gabby Sweeney can do is shoot threes and get the Cyclones to get out and guard them and open up that paint.
Sweeney going to be called for the shove. Watch this on the play, and Audie may be adding something to her bag, if you will. As she's trying to post up, and for Sweeney, that's going to be it. That's foul number 5. Let's watch it from above. And Sweeney will check out of the game.
Yeah, I know she's frustrated now, but she played a really good game. That's what Mercyhurst needed to do, is to be able to stretch that defense, and she did that with her shooting. So, but we talked about a little bit off air, size, strength, and foul trouble can eat into Mercyhurst pretty quick here in this quarter.
Sweeney setting a career high today with finishing with those 7. And again, Audie battling for position, will be fouled on the play as this goes against Shannon Heine. And I think Mercyhurst in that huddle right there saying, how are we going to defend her?
Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to do it because it started with 2 and it ended with 1, and then they threw it in. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that. It might end up with 3, but then Iowa State's going to find the next person. So that's just how it rolls with Audie. You have to pick your poison and then live with the results.
Free throw missed here by Crooks. Cyclones out on the floor with Beatty, Polk, Brown, Harris, and Audie at the line. And able to knock that one down with a cool 18 today for Audie Crooks.
Now the Cyclones coming out showing some zone.
And Polk with the steal up top. Harris for 3. And the rebound will go to Mercyhurst, but Beatty won't give up on it. It'll be tied up, possession arrow. Gives it to the Lakers.
Yeah, great hustle, Reese Beatty, but going alternate possession, coming back to Mercyhurst. Iowa State driving back half court. Let's see if they come back to the zone again here.
A little wrinkle being shown here this afternoon. Iowa State sticking to that zone.
Yep. Little 1-1-3 look.
Go to the high post. As here's Lena Walls. Spent much of that first half with 3 fouls. Shot clock winding down. Wilson trying to get free, but is going to be called for steps here.
Yeah, the kick out was about 4 seconds, looked up and just hurried a little bit and got those feet moving. So good job, Iowa State. Always getting to the ball, always making Mercyhurst make an extra pass, and then put him in a late shot clock situation for the turnover.
72-37. Beatty looking for a screen. Gets it to Crooks on the right block, and Audie will go to the line to shoot 2 here. And that should bring us to a timeout on the floor. Audie Crooks, Iowa State leads it 72-37.
Has an accident and gets hit, so you might need a couple extra ones going on, but that's what happens when you play against the strength and the size of Brown, Crooks, you know, the speed of Ariana, the speed of Jada Williams. You know, it just that just happens. So we thought it might mount on him. It has, but of course, Ida Brooks now I believe has 20 on only 7 shots. That's about as efficient as you can be. And right back to this zone. We'll see how Iowa State plays this.
Right, the Lakers have suited 13. 11 have played in the game. And back into the contest goes CeCe Hernandez as that ball is picked off by Beatty.
Yeah, 3 in and out, and Iowa State right back down the floor.
Crooks looking to enter it to Brown, and now a foul going to be called as Iowa State in the bonus will go back to the line with Audie Crooks. This will be Audie's 12th attempt here this afternoon. And we've got 4:24 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, most of the time she's been fouled is down around the rim. Now she was at the high post trying to make a pass, and Amani Frazier just wasn't letting her just throw it down. She was going to try to get into her, but just taking away her chance to make an offensive move.
You think about Audie during the offseason was one of her focus points was to work on free throw shooting, knowing that she's going to go to the line quite a bit, and today is 9 of 12 from the free throw line, make it 10 of 13 with 22 points here.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Fenley wouldn't mind bottling that up and just, hey, give me that every single game, and they would live with that all the time.
Lakers with the deep 3. Wilson got it.
It was about ready to say the size and athleticism of Iowa State was getting out, contesting shooters, getting in their space, but didn't quite get out there on that one.
Here's Crooks at the block. Skip pass. Polk will take a shot. It's wide of the mark. as the rebound comes down to Julia Lewis. .36-point advantage here for the Cyclones as Lewis will get it at the high post and is going to be called for steps.
Yeah, just a little bit quick on that. At least try to swing the basketball, try to get into the high post, middle third of the floor, and make a play. Just turn, shaped, just moved her feet a hair.
And Lena Walls will come back into the game. She'll check in for Lewis. See the third quarter turnover, 6 for Mercyhurst, and they force one here. Looking to speed it up is Van Schaik. Now Wilson again, trying to stretch it out. That one in and out as Harris in a scrum for the rebound. This will be tied up. Iowa State will have it with the possession arrow.
Mercyhurst staying man here, just seeing how they're going to guard Adi.
And they are harassing her on the block as Harris knocks down the triple. Got an open look because of the double team on Crooks.
Yeah, no doubt. That's always going to there's going to be somebody open somewhere, either on the skip or then the one extra pass out of that skip.
Harris's second triple of the day. She has 8. Lakers again looking to take that deep shot. This time Wilson backed off.
Yeah, Iowa State's got him deep in the shot clock now, a couple possessions in a row.
Frazier shot, no. Cyclones on the possession, trying to double up Mercyhurst. Is that shot off the mark for Beatty? Lakers looking to run. Van Schaik stripped away by Harris. And now she'll be fouled by Frazier. Will pick up her 5th.
So the fouls just keep on mounting.
And we have 2:05 to play here in the third quarter.
Yes.
And Coach Mills Reed going up and down that bench is going to grab Lauren Stover here to come in for Frazier. So that's the second Laker to foul out of the game. And Harris able to connect on the free throw. Going to shoot for double figures here. It's her first miss of the season. That made more than 10 in a row. Iowa State up by 40.
I mean, you put Polk out on the top of this zone, there's a lot of length out there.
Yeah. Van Schaik. And Crooks with another rebound. Crooks now with 4 boards today. Takes the 17-footer.
You talked about her working in the offseason on her free throw. Well, she just hit about a free throw jumper. So if she starts doing that at a high level, that changes everything on the high-low game with her and Addie Brown.
This 3 on this end off the mark as Harris will grab the board. Skip pass to Polk, who will work it in. Tries to go to Crooks. Great hands, great finish for Audie Crooks.
A lot of hands in there, but a really good pass, but a great catch. Ping-ponged around a little bit, but she ended up coming down with that and then right back up. Good pass by Polk.
And Reagan Wilson will come back into the game. And so Iowa State also going to their bench. Lisa Williams will come in for Addie Brown. 11 points today for Addie Brown, 9 rebounds. Also 4 assists. As Crooks connects, and now we'll check out. Audie will finish maybe for the day. Maybe. 27 as she'll go to the bench. And coming in for the first time is going to be Lily Tolale. the 6'3" junior out of New Zealand. 45-point advantage for Iowa State. Wilson for three. It's off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Polk.
Yeah, this Iowa State zone, they've been working the heck out of her lately, has just gotten Mercyhurst into taking long threes or late shot clock shots that they've rushed and hurried.
And an illegal screen going to be called against Iowa State. Lily Tolele might have had a little extracurricular on that.
Yeah, trying to make the right play, just not quite set coming up with when they're coming off that flare.
About a 7-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Cece. Her three is good. Cece Hernandez with her first bucket.
Yeah, good looking play there versus zone. Another one kind of quick, kind of deep, but got that one to go.
Wilson off of the handoff. Now to Harris, who's trying to run the wheel. Is going to be bodied and will go to the line as Cece Hernandez will pick up the foul. That'll be her first. So she has something to give here.
She has a lot more to give. We'll see how the fourth quarter treats those, because there's a lot of fouls piling up right now on Mercyhurst.
And Harris knocks down the free throw. Again, inching her way towards 1,000 points in her career, as she's able to hit that free throw too. There's a shot to get it here in the non-conference portion of the season, as that's going to be off of the foot.
Yeah, hurried because she saw the clock, game clock running down, was at about 9 on the free throw. So turned, went, ball didn't quite come with her. So we'll see what Iowa State does here late.
So 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Polk. Will drive, tries to finish, but will go to the line to shoot some free throws here with 3.1 to go. Why not? Galia Polk to the line. And the first free throw is there. Knocks both down, does Polk. Had only been shooting about 33% from the line. Did that with confidence, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Iowa State roll
themselves tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, and they're going to learn about themselves more in the month of December with this young basketball team. So the more they learn, the better off they'll be, as long as they can stay healthy going into that conference season.
This three knocked down by Hernandez, her second triple of the game.
And a good job versus the zone, BJ. Here they come out, they get about 2 or 3 sides moved, they get the ball to the paint, they get another skip out of it, and they get a wide open step and three. So a really good execution there versus their zone.
Back down on this one, Jackson and company,
and
able to knock it down.
And then Jackson takes no time to answer to the three by Mercyhurst.
Iowa State in the neighborhood of the century mark. They've not eclipsed that mark this season. Been close a couple of times. But quite a turnaround since that opening quarter.
Yes. A lot of active hands, a lot of communication, a lot of talking and pointing out of the zone from Iowa State.
Looking to work with it is Hall. It's Iowa State, you mentioned those quick hands, able to get in there.
Yeah, always mirroring that ball, trying to get a deflection at all times.
Here's Jada Williams. Jada gets a screen, will fire. And Lily going to be fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. That'll be the first team foul here of the fourth quarter for Mercyhurst, as Erica Hall picks up her fourth.
Yeah, Lily, really good rebound there, and then going right back up with it to get to the line.
And coming back into the game is going to be Alina Fusetti. As Taulale able to knock down the first free throw here. And hits the second. Lily getting her first point since November the 12th against Valpo. And here's a three on the way. That's good. Yeah, knocked down by Van Schaik.
Yeah, and back to back. Got the ball reversed, got the ball in the middle, collapsed the defense, and be able to reverse it to another wide open three. So back to back. Good plays by Mercyhurst there.
2 Lakers in double figures with 11. And now a travel going to be called on the Cyclones. So Iowa State will go to their bench as Williams and Jackson will check out. Along with Hare coming into the game for Iowa State will be Freya Jensen, the freshman from Denmark for the first time, along with Reagan Wilson and Eiley Tanke. Check in for the first time this afternoon, the sophomore out of Johnston. Long rebound here for Reagan Wilson. And Taulale to the rack, able to finish it.
And Coach Fenley clearing his bench, but things that don't change. Ball movement, getting it to the middle, driving it at the other end. They're putting all these players right now in a situation to be able to run, communicate. Now they got to get to some of these threes because Mercyhurst now has made 3, but he doesn't expect any changes when he empties his bench.
And Schaik now with 17 in the game to lead all scorers for Mercyhurst. Tanke's 3, that's off the mark. And the rebound to Jensen. Freya, the step back. This ball's going to go to Mercyhurst.
Oh,
we might see a reversal here. And we do. Bengalia Polk back into the game. As she comes in for Elisa Williams. And a tussle down below. Little hip check by Taulale. As the whistle had blown as her and Fusetti were dueling. And might we go to the monitors for this? And we are.
I believe we might.
Yeah, Roy Golbayan.
The encore ruling stands. It is a personal foul on green 11. There is no further penalty during the dead ball.
Let's take a look at this again as Fusetti and Taulale were tangled up.
Just a lot of physicality. I don't think anything intently malicious.
29 fouls today for Mercyhurst as Polk's shot is short. Rebound tracked down by Lilly, and here's Wilson on the drive and finish.
When you drive like Iowa State can and you can go high, low, and get into the paint like Iowa State can up via the pass, fouls like that can mount up for teams that aren't as big as you, and that's what Mercyhurst has been up against today.
Cyclones close a number of times. They scored 99 against Sacred Heart, 98 against Norfolk State, 97 against Valparaiso, now trying to crack the century mark for the first time this season. Can they do it here on this possession? No. And a steal by Polk. She'll take it. And will go to the line to shoot 2.
Good anticipation and then a great run out.
Transfer from Wolford, 2025 SoCon Player of the Year, in which she was averaging 13 and 8, really known for her defense. And we've seen that on display here this afternoon.
Yeah, for sure.
And Alicia Williams will come back into the game. And Polk's first free throw is good as they hit the 99 mark. And they hit 100 for the first time this season. What's bigger, 6'7" or 100?
I would say
asking
100
for a friend.
Well, asking for a friend, I'm going to go 100, but there's got to be a free something for 100 points, right? Free something?
I think.
Some sort of marketing ploy. Cyclones going back man on this end.
Middle schoolers celebrating the 6-7.
Yeah.
The rest of us, seeing the century mark.
Yes. Just showing our age.
Yes. 100-52 here as Wilson will go to work. And thank you for not getting into that debate.
Yeah, I wasn't taking that bait.
Polk puts it on the deck. That one deflected away. Last touch by the Lakers. So Iowa State will look to put it in play with 9 on the shot clock.
Yeah, we'll have to go fairly quickly here, see what Coach Fenley has drawn up.
Wilson will enter it to Jensen. Freya with the hard spin. Now to Polk along the baseline, who goes to Williams. Great entry and a great finish.
Really good patience too. Not only did they have great patience, but 4 to maybe a 5th pass, because 2 people could have shot that ball just being panicky and just let the possession play out, finish at the rim.
Looking to drive, Walls, who will get the bucket.
Yeah, Lena Walls showing why she's going to be a really good player in the NEC.
Has 7 here this afternoon. And Schenck leading the way with 17 for Mercyhurst. And Jensen able to knock down the deuce. It's her first basket of the afternoon.
Yeah, really good pull up. One hard dribble, got in the middle of the paint, pulled up. Looks like you do every day in practice. You're doing individual workouts all throughout the summer, so a really good play.
Ella Chepka into the game for the first time for Mercyhurst, wearing number 33 for the Lakers. Looking to try to shake and get free was Lewis, and will be fouled here by Iowa State. That'll be their first here in the quarter. Lily Taulalay back into the contest for Williams. Everyone who's suited has played today for Iowa State. Going to go to work, Wilson.
Good play high off the glass, good drive, and good finish against contact.
You know, and if you're Mercyhurst, you've had a couple of close losses in their last couple of games in which they hadn't been able to finish. But here this afternoon, they came in the opening quarter, gave the number 12 team in the country everything they wanted and more. And throughout, the season, iron sharpens iron, right?
Yes. I think it's going to be good for Mercyhurst. I think they're going to see a lot of good things they did. I think they're going to see some things they can improve on when you play against teams like Iowa State with their size, their strength, their athleticism, their skill level. Well, it's going to poke holes in things that you're trying to do. So it's going to make you better against teams in your at your level and in your league, which is good. Now, Iowa State, they've done a lot of good things here today too. The first 6 minutes, Coach Fenley might love that film. Just say, hey, here are some things that they took away from us that we had to be better at. So both teams are going to improve because of this basketball game.
Well, Cece Hernandez has been the offense. 9 now in the game for Hernandez, all of them in the second half and from deep.
Yeah, no doubt about that. She's done a great job against the zone, and she just hit a third one.
And for Iowa State, the schedule will certainly intensify a lot coming up. They'll play against Marquette coming up on the 28th, and then the winner or loser of Indiana Gonzaga, that'll be on the 30th with an upcoming Thanksgiving tournament. They get in some high quality competition in non-conference play.
Yeah, Iowa State's had a lot of opportunities to get the team exactly where they want it, and they're good, and that'll be a great preparation for them going into that tournament in those 2 games.
His deep 3 is knocked down by Lena Walls.
Yeah, lefty set her feet, a little bit of a low release, but a quick release, so she can get it up quick.
Scoring has certainly picked up here for Mercyhurst in the fourth quarter. Taulalay going to be called for steps. Wilson will try to kick it out to Hernandez. Quickly covered up on. They'll reverse it. This three off the mark as Polk will get the board. So an afternoon for Iowa State where they got challenged early. They responded to that. In the third and fourth quarter, holding Mercyhurst to just 16 points over those 2 quarters.
Yeah, but what I really like about both teams right here is we have a lot of people out on the floor that haven't played a lot. But when you get to this part of the game, it's not a bunch of me shots. It's still a bunch of we shots. Still trying to set up teammates, make plays for your teammate, all of that. It's just not a bunch of running up and down and shooting shots for the heck of it.
Tanky able to knock down a three and the celebration. And a timeout here going to be taken by Mercyhurst just to get a player into the game.
Yep.
As Mercyhurst wanted to make sure they get everybody in. Emma Soline will come into the contest. The freshman out of Greenwich, Connecticut, able to check in here with 1:11 to play. Tanky was feeling like there was a lid on the basket for her to begin the season. Now able to knock down that three to get her going.
Yep, always big. Just seeing that ball go through that net just one time can really open up the floodgates.
Here's Celine looking to drive and will be hand checked up top. Freya Jensen will pick up the foul, her first. Yeah, for Iowa State, Thanksgiving road trip. And back home to take on Northern Illinois on December the 7th and Iowa on the 10th and Northern Iowa on the 14th before they start Big 12 conference play. And a 5-second violation whistled against Mercyhurst.
Well, they've already played Drake, but a couple of those other Iowa schools coming up will definitely get the juices flowing going into Big 12 play. It always seems to, right?
Did you say challenge?
I think I did.
Yeah. It's going to be deflected out. Iowa State will keep it. 20 on the shot clock here. So Reagan Wilson will inbound. Goes to Polk. Lilly working with it on the block. Over to Polk. And she'll be fouled with 34 to play. And
Good
back to the line again.
Great interior passing by the Cyclones. Not only do you see a lot of top down from Iowa State, but you also see big to big down around the paint area. You just saw a great example of it right there.
Celine picks up the foul. That'll be her first. But it's been, since the opening quarter, Iowa State clamping down and doing what the number 12 team in the country you would expect them to do as they look to move to 7-0. Matching their best start since the 2021-22 season.
Good start and good fight by Mercyhurst, but a great response by Iowa State.
Tanky able to get the rebound. The shot clock reset there off of the missed free throw. So it's inside of 10 with 22 to play. Wilson shot, gets it to go. That's 112 on the afternoon for the Cyclones. Here's Soline in the corner. And that'll end it. Iowa State will win it by 50.
Well, I'll tell you what, we just said it. A really good start by Mercyhurst. They showed their fight. They showed their grit.